All right, now guys, I don't have too much time today, so I don't know how long this is going to last because I've got to get off to this mastermind. I had a fantastic time at it yesterday. I have come equipped with a question that somebody sent me. If you guys send in some more questions while we are live, I may or may not have time to answer them, but go ahead and fire them in there anyway, guys. I would love to see what you guys have on your minds. Now, let's talk about this question. The question that came in was, Mark, if you could pick just one persuasion trick, what would you pick? And the answer is actually pretty easy for me. Although I'm very, very happy that I do not have to pick just one. I like the fact that I have a very broad toolbox of persuasive tools at my disposal. But if I were to pick just one, it would very, very easily be story. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so multiple reasons. First off, everybody loves a good story. Everybody loves listening to stories. Whenever somebody says, well, let me tell you a story, everybody's kind of leaning forward a little bit. Everybody's a little bit interested. We know through the oral histories that have been passed down in primitive cultures. For example, we know that the Aboriginals have only revealed a tiny fraction of their oral history to us, to the non-Aboriginals in Australia. Apparently, it's been going on for reportedly 50,000 years, and this oral history is passed down from generation to generation in the form of stories. We know that in Chinese culture, they have these four Chinese character, sort of like little aphorisms that almost always refer to a historical event of some sort, a particular story. And there is great wisdom in these little tiny stories. And there's another reason why story is so powerful. Now, if you are a student of the great Eugene Schwartz, who wrote Breakthrough Advertising, you'll know that he talked about different types of awareness levels, and that different types of awareness levels require a different type of lead, a different type of approach, a different kind of a big idea that you can present to people to start the conversation. So the whole notion here is that you have to bridge the gap between wherever your audience is in terms of their awareness level and whatever your product is offering. And that bridge is the big idea. It's the lead. It's the way you start the conversation. And students of Eugene Schwartz, modern students, refer to story as the universal lead because it works not only with people who are least aware, and the scale goes something like this. It's something like problem unaware, problem aware, solution aware, all the way up to brand aware. Well, if you want to talk to a guy who is problem unaware, you can't come and start to tell him about a particular solution because he doesn't even know that he has a particular problem yet. You have to alert him of the problem through the form of story. But the beauty of story is that it is the universal lead type because it will always work anywhere across any level of that awareness scale. All right? It's really beautiful. And the final reason, and I could speak on story for hours upon hours upon hours, but the final reason why I love it so much is because it automatically puts you in a form of a hypnotic trance, if you will. And once you get really good at persuasion, as you are telling people stories, you can embed other forms of persuasion into the story, and it gets deep into the unconscious mind because people are in a form of a hypnotic trance while they listen to it. Now, I don't see any questions rolling in yet, so maybe again, I need to find a better time of day to do these things. But I just want to close this out then, since we don't have any further questions, with one call to responsibility, guys. As you learn persuasive skills, I believe that it is your responsibility to use them in a healthy way. If you use them in a narcissistic way, in an ego-based way, in a selfish way that damages the other person and that gives you gain, I don't think you're going to get away with that. I don't think that the universe is designed such that you can get away with harming people without consequences. And I think even if you don't believe in that, like on some kind of a woo-woo spiritual level, I think on a hard-nosed, practical level, what's going on in the world right now with the amplification of all of our power through the form of technological advancement, I think it's very clear that everything that we do is coming back to us very, very quickly, right? I don't know if you guys have heard me speak about the what I call the transition tribulation. If you guys haven't read that comic book, you guys can go to simpleology.com/TT, the letter T twice, so it's simpleology.com. You can see under my name here how to spell simpleology.com. Just put a little slash on that and then put TT. You can read a comic book I wrote about what I call the transition tribulation. This is a period of time that I believe we are entering where there is going to be chaos. I believe that the battle of the future, the war of the future, is not between nation states, it's not between ideologies, it's between fast-moving technology and slow-moving governments. I think that this is going to create a certain amount of upheaval and chaos in the world. I don't think it's avoidable at this point. I think we're already at the beginning of it now, and I think it's going to hit full swing sometime within the next couple of decades. And what that means to me, that gives me a certain amount of conviction in my belief that we've all got to make each other better, that we've all got to learn how to get along a little bit better, because if we compete the way we have been competing in a lot of these really, shady, underhanded ways where we don't really care about the plight of people in other countries or the people even in our own neighborhoods who aren't doing so well, it's not going to work out very well for us, because everybody's power is going to be amplified. And if everybody's power is going to be amplified, that means that it only takes one really angry, disgruntled person, if you take that out to its logical conclusion, to create tremendous upheaval in the whole world. All right, so again, go to simpleology.com/TT. And since I'm in a hurry today and I don't see any live questions, I'm just going to end this on this note now, guys. Guys, if you would like me to do these at different times of day, let me know. Thank you guys for those of you who have been sending me questions via private message. That's great. Of course, I want to see these coming in live. That's more exciting. But we're going to continue to dance with this thing until we refine it. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm out. I'm going to bounce off to this wonderful mastermind that I was at yesterday, going out there again today. Got rehearsals for a webinar to do. Got so many things I got to accomplish. So boom, I'm out, and I will hopefully talk to y'all live tomorrow morning, my time, tomorrow evening, your time, or wherever it is you are in the world around this same time-ish tomorrow. Take care, folks.